Okay, so this space is practically holy ground for Truman. In 1924, the university lost most of its campus buildings to a tragic fire. The main building, the original Baldwin Hall, caught on fire. The new library wing, which was attached to it, it also burned down. It drained the campus lake in order to put out the fires and save some of the existing buildings. And this is one of them. The Kirk building was only 2 years old at that time. And students went to bed that night not knowing if they had a university to go back to the next day. Seniors went to sleep that night not knowing if they were going to be able to graduate from this institution. When they all woke up the next morning, there were signs all over town that told people to meet in the Kirk Odd. We're going to figure this out. And this is where they met. The wooden seats will seat about 800 people, but if you put folding chairs down on the floor, this space will seat about 1,500. The university was much smaller than it is now, but at that meeting it was standing room only, because not only did the students and the faculty and the staff showed up, but the community showed up too. Kirksville and Truman are intertwined in their direction and history, and so everybody came to figure out what was happening. President Kirk is said to have stood up on the stage rather silently. Finally, he said, "I don't know if we can continue as a university." And then I imagine it was like out of a movie. There was a student who popped up out of one of the bleachers, made his way to the staircase and stood next to President Kirk on stage and offered a pledge, something to the effect of, "We understand that a university is more than bricks and mortar. It's about people. It's about ideas. It's about a legacy of those who came before us and a legacy of those who will be here long after us. And I pledge to you today that this place will go on." And one by one, students started popping up out of their seats like it was again out of a movie, offering pledges of support. Faculty members rose out of their chairs and offered to do anything they could to keep the university going. But what I think is one of the great stories about Kirksville and Truman is shopkeepers came up on stage and started offering rooms in their stores that they weren't using as offices until the university could rebuild. So in this place and on that day, the faculty, the staff, the students, and the entire community rallied together and pledged that we would go on, and we get to be here today because of the commitment they made to one another. And I always look at this place as a place where we can all make that commitment to one another to further the mission and growth of the institution and to remember the heritage from which we come.